All right, welcome to the Let It Fly show. I am Michael Severe, joined by Josh Jones of Creighton and Central High School. The day is finally here.
It's here, man.
We are inside the Let It Fly Sports Bar in the Capital District. Yep. We had a ribbon cutting. You've got all these VIPs here. The tasting's coming up in a little while. This is what we've been waiting for.
Right, man. The air is different. The light is
well,
different.
The air condition feels good.
The food is great. The vibe is good. DJ Ivan Alvarez. It's amazing.
Everything's going good. Of course, tomorrow we will have the official opening of the sports bar, the official opening, of course, of the College World Series as well. It's going to be huge. It's going to be awesome. Come on down. First, go to the website, letitflysportsbar.com. There you can buy a gift certificate, a $100 gift certificate, but you get $125. Yep. It's a bonus $25, and we're having that on sale through June. Yep. So get on there now, get that done so you can get a good deal.
Listen, I'll say this, man. Yeah. Seeing it on a website, hearing about it on TV is nothing like being here in person, man. You got to pull up. Our podcast is overseeing the whole entire restaurant. Yep. It's amazing.
It's going to be awesome. And we got a couple great guests with us as well. We have the man who is the reason why we're here at Let It Fly, Mike Miller, of course, former NBA sharpshooter, world champion, and assistant coach at Creighton, Ryan Miller as well, who's had a lot to do with this. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no question. Thank you for having us.
So you do all the diagrams and you do all the concepts. Is it even better than you thought?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
humble. Look at this guy.
I mean, at the end of the day, everyone has visions on what to do, but it's about the people that do it for you. We've had so many people that have put a hand on this that have made it the way it is, and arguably, I'll be honest, and it's ours, and we're going to have some kind of voice on it. But it's one of the best sports bars I've ever been in, and I think once you start meeting the people that are behind the scenes, you'll understand why. Because it's just the start, right? Like, we're here to build something that's people are going to want to be a part of and come in on a daily basis, not even having ownership in it, just being here and experiencing it and having fun and great food, great environment, just watching sports and enjoy yourselves.
No doubt.
For me, the way I see it is from the beginning. I mean, you grow up, your brothers is a family thing. From how you grew up to what you guys are doing now, Coach, kind of from your perspective, like, how do you view Mike's career, everything he's done, everything you guys are doing together now, just thinking about where you came from to where you're at today?
No, it's obviously been an amazing ride. Coming from a small town, 13,000 people, Mitchell, South Dakota, where,
Is the Corn Palace there?
Yes, sir, the Corn Palace. Where the Corn Palace at? Where you grew up playing basketball. I will say, you dream about playing for the Mitchell Colonels while there, and then all of a sudden this round ball, the orange ball, take you far in distance places. Whether it's coaching, playing, I was able to play overseas for a little bit, but then I got lucky. Mike took me on for a few years, worked with him, and then my college coaching career took off. And who would have thought that we'd be here in Omaha, Nebraska 20-some years ago when Mike started his NBA career. I started my college coaching career, and now we're in Omaha, and he trademarked the Let It Fly. And Creighton wanted to use Let It Fly a long time ago. It's kind of branded, take your shot. This is your opportunity to take your shot. And to be where we're at now is just amazing and exciting times.
And now we're in this podcast booth with you two legends. Look
right. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Here's what, researching you, what I've learned is you do a really good job of hiring people and put them in the right spots, right? Kind of talk about how important that is.
You learn that through basketball. At the end of the day, coaching, front office, playing is knowing who you are and know who you're not, right? Have self-awareness and understanding. You're only as good as the people around you. And I've seen that as part of teams that have been really, really successful and teams that have underachieved. The common denominator is not allowing the people who are great at their job to excel and to give them those responsibilities. And so obviously my brother Ryan and my brother Jared, who's not on here, and even my cousin Ernie, like, we brought this together as a family deal, knowing what we're really, really good at and knowing what we wanted to surround ourselves with, and that's great people. Like I said, when you envision this, it sounds great, and we're excited about it. You do certain things, but until you get the right people involved, you have no chance. And I've kind of taken that my entire life, especially after basketball, is even investments, anything, is you're investing in people. You're not investing in ideas.
Right.
And so for us, we're excited to be here. Though everyone that's working here, even obviously with you guys and what you guys have done already at this short period of time, is just the people you have around you, you'll be successful.
Hey, what do y'all think about, like, the aggressiveness to get this thing off? College World Series is going to be starting up here tomorrow, right?
Yep.
The point from when it was groundbreaking, what was that conversation like from a strategy? Like, hey, if we start this here, we can get this off by the grace of God by now. What was that like?
Well, it's like Mike said. It's like Mike said before. You assemble a team, right?
Yep.
And you're only as good as your weakest link in a team, right?
Who's the weakest link?
Probably me. Probably right here. Probably right here. we put it all together. You know, from MCL to RDG to all you guys here in the studio to Hurrdat Sports to everybody that we brought in. There were specific reasons why we brought people in, because they're excellent at what they do, and not only they're excellent at what they do, they fit inside the team concept, and that's what sports have taught us. Like, how can you achieve greatness with all hands on deck, knowing that there's going to be adversity at times, but can find it, fix problems. And that's kind of the mindset we took doing this project, and taking our basketball knowledge, or working within a team knowledge, or championship mentality. I mean, Mike's been a part of 2 championships. We've been a part of great college success as a coach. And take that mindset and then put it into relationships here and business here, and create a great place for Omaha and the community. Let It Fly is synonymous with Creighton, but it's more than that. It's a spot where, you know, whether it's business, whether it's athletics, if you got an opportunity, you take your shot. And that's what we wanted to come here, and we had an opportunity to come here, so let it fly.
Man.
Coach Ryan Miller joining us, and Mike Miller as well. Do you, and I told Al this, and he kind of just, you know, he's Al. You realize what tomorrow is? Like, what tomorrow's going to be? You've got 300,000 people coming to town at different points with 8 different teams, and you're opening a sports bar on that day.
Well, I mean, it's
that's what I'm trying to say.
It's the mindset that we have. I mean, at the end of the day, that is a let it fly moment for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's skipping every exhibition game in all 82 games and playing the NBA Finals.
Amen.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, that's why we wouldn't have done it if we didn't think we had the right people in place to be able to handle that. You know, would you have liked to have time to iron out some of the kinks? Of course. But at the end of the day, this is too good of an opportunity to pass up. We want as many people in here to have fun, enjoy it. Like, I'll be honest, and again, there's a lot of great sports bars in a lot of different places, but what a better place to watch sports than here. So when other teams are playing, just to be here and watch the baseball games or watch the U.S. Open, or just to have good food and good environment, there's nothing better. So, you know, I don't want to cheat people out of that opportunity.
No doubt.
No doubt.
I like the energy. It's almost like you guys, you're more excited for, like, what people can experience because you know what it is. I like the energy about that. He's not on this podcast with us right now, man, but somebody talk about Al Lopez. I mean, this guy is as great as a leader as you can get, you know?
No question. I'll, you know, Mike can speak on it too, but, you know, Al Lopez, we were very deliberate in who we hired to run the show here. Someone that had a lot of experience in the hospitality business, opening a number of restaurants, hotels in New York City, of all places, where you have to, you know, you have to be on your game, man, to succeed in that big city, right? So, and not only that, there was a Creighton tie to it. He went to Creighton many years ago. So there's a Creighton tie to it, a local flavor tie, but also think big, do big kind of that mindset and attitude, right? And so we brought him in, and we can't be more pleased with what he's done, him and his families. You know, come back to Omaha, and it's been an awesome deal. And not only that we are opening it during the College World Series, Florida's coming to town where Mike played.
Right.
How you feel about that, right?
TCU's coming in. I coached there 5 years. So it's going to be a big family environment. And you know, obviously, Mike alumni being here, it's going to be exciting times to open it this time.
It's like we were supposed to do it.
No doubt.
It was destiny.
Yeah.
Fate's never a mistake.
Sometimes you just get lucky.
And you are in the news now because Nikola Jokic is obviously the best player in basketball.
Look at that.
And when they bring him up, you get brought up because you gave him the name, the Joker.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey,
you saw it coming, right?
Look, listen. When I first, I had to like Google it to see if it was facts. I had to fact check it, and when I found that out, I kind of thought about your personality, and I'm like, you looked at him, you was like, I'm gonna call you the Joker.
Look at that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, everything has luck based around it. I like to shoot. I like to be able to get shots up.
For
and
sure.
I couldn't say his name fast enough for him to pass it to me. So Joker just made sense. Joker, pass the ball, man.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And when you're a veteran, the young guy, whatever you call him is fine.
No, he was always special though. Like his name has a lot of different things to me. Like the way he plays and the way he does things, and you know his mannerisms and the way he passes, and there's a lot of special things about him, man. It's just it's fun to see where he's come from.
Yeah.
You know what he's done, and just to see where he was at when I was with him for the 2 years when I left, and now the progress he's had. Like he's the Joker, and he's definitely taken it by storm for sure.
Mike, you got to tell him the text he sent you right after the championship. You got to tell him.
I wake up to a text at 3:30 in the morning from Joker. And I used to always make fun of him because, he didn't win a championship, didn't do nothing.
Oh.
He had his first triple-double, and I said, oh, that's cute, blah, 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 whatever. And so he texted me in the morning and said, hey, brother, you ever won MVP or Finals MVP? And I said, no, I haven't. He said, you kind of sucked, didn't you? I said, yeah, I sucked. And I said, I sucked.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So was Nikola? Was he always? Did you see that in him? Who he is today?
Yeah. I mean, I was, to me, and I was telling it to anyone that listened to me when I first saw him. No, I'm not going to sit here and say I thought he was going to be a multi-time MVP.
For sure.
And win championships 7, 8, 9 years in or whatever it was. But he was special. You know, for most young kids, when they come in, the game's really, really fast. It was like the Matrix for him. He was really slow. He made people better at a young age. You never see that. His approach to the game, his approach to the work was always different. And he's just always had those skill sets that you can't teach. And so, again, I can't sit here and say this, but I thought he'd be a Hall of Fame type player. And you can see stuff where people were pulling up when I was in the finals, 6, 7, 8 years ago, or 7 years ago. I think after his rookie year, I thought he'd be a Hall of Fame type player. But, to even see where he's at now is just incredible. I'm just proud of him and his family, and he come a long way for sure.
Mike Miller joining us, Ryan Miller as well. So there's a copycat sport and a copycat league. A lot of times when you get a certain kind of player, you go try to find another guy. Can you find another Jokic, or is he just that special? You can't. There's no modeling of guys who are 7 foot tall who can pass like that and do all those things.
Oh, Michael, you said it right, and Mike can speak on it more because he played 17 years in the NBA. But having a 7-footer to be able to see the game and play at those speeds where he's playing slow but sees everything, like he puts you in so many compromising situations defensively. If you try to help off him, he's an elite passer, drops off. But if you play a one-on-one, he scores. So it's a hard deal, and you can't that's why he's so good, because he's one of one, right?
Yes.
Right. The problem with it though is there's certain skill sets that are teachable and there's certain skills that are not. The stuff he has is not teachable. You either have a feel for the game or you don't, right? Like you can go through and you see guys that are transitioning the game and change the game of basketball. Well, then kids 10 years earlier than that or younger than that are working on that skill set. These are skill sets you can't teach.
It's not like Steph, where you can just practice shooting that all the time.
You either have or you don't. Like the feel for it when he gets an early pocket pass and sprays corner or throws a lob out of that. Like those are things you have to have a vision for, and those are just God-given abilities, and you can't teach those things.
Well, it's like you said, Mike, he's a savant. He sees what's going to happen in the future all the time. Which is very, very difficult. Like Mike said, you can't teach it. It's something that,
he's a point center to me.
Yes, he is.
Like the way he be bringing it up and all that type of stuff.
Well, he said the right word, right? Matrix. Yeah. That's a perfect word for it, because you can picture that. You can watch the movie, right? You see Neo with the stuff slowing around him, and he's doing everything.
So we all red pill, or is it blue pill? I forgot how that went.
He took whatever pill slowed everything down. He took whatever pill could see stuff.
I want to kind of transition to this. So I was looking at the Creighton roster, and I'm like, this looked like a Memphis connection.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Coach Ryan's a great recruiter.
But, so kind of talk about all the kids that kind of – so what was it? Some of them played for you in high school? Or
Jonathan played for you, right? Lawson played for you?
Yeah. What's the deal about the guys now? And kind of talk about where they came from when they were back home playing for you and things like that.
I'll let Coach talk on it, but it's to be honest with you, Coach Ryan was able to see a lot of the guys play because I coached them. He played with Mason. Jonathan played with Mason. Brock played with my son Maverick. Brock played on the team that I coached on. So he has a good feel for him. And at the end of the day, for all coaches, is just the trust in the feel. You get to see them a lot of times. You get to see who they are as kids, who they are as workers.
For sure.
I don't think Coach would have brought them there. Coach McDermott or Coach Ryan would have brought these guys there if they didn't feel like they had the
no bias to this.
Crate DNA.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like it's not a this is a business to go out there and get the best and make these guys better, but that's what Creighton basketball does. So I'm sure they're excited to be here.
And it was unique for you because you had to sell them not knowing really who was coming back, right? Like you may get this much playing time, you may get a lot more if somebody doesn't come back, right?
Yeah, it was a challenging time, obviously, with 3 guys testing the NBA waters and, having Nemhart leave and Kluma leave. So there was some roles there to be had a little bit, and there is roles to be had there. But, we were lucky enough we were able to see Jonathan Lawson Rock Weiss and Mason Miller, obviously, a lot. You know, they played high school the COVID year. They won a state championship in Tennessee against Brandon Miller in the state championship game, who was the 5th pick, or he's going to be a top 5 pick.
Brandon Miller. Yeah, tough.
So, you know, they played against league competition. The Lawson family, you know, is from one of the great basketball families in Memphis. Their family's royalty from Diedrich to KJ, to Jonathan, to Chandler Lawson. They all have great basketball players. They have great basketball minds, and they fit the culture of Creighton basketball, what Coach Mack and what we're trying to do here as a program, and to provide a winning program every year with high-character kids, put us in a chance to win Big East championships. If you can win Big East championships, you can win national championships like UConn did this year.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to do every single year, and those are the quality kids we're trying to attract here.
We're going to let you guys get back to the party, but let me ask you, what do you want somebody to think about this place when they leave?
Just an experience to have. You know, I mean, like they just, you know, what we're building here, no different than a basketball team. Everything we do in our life is built around what we do on a basketball court, and that's creating a culture and identity. When you walk out of here, you want to come back. And so, you know, for us, it's going to be like Al said, even on the ribbon cutting, it's high-level food, high-level service, high-level experience. So, you know, for us, like come in here, have a great time, enjoy yourself, make it feel like it's a family atmosphere, but at the same time, be rowdy when you're watching the Creighton Blue Jays, or be rowdy when you're watching your local baseball team, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You got to have that experience. You got to have fun. Like the one thing you can't DVR anymore, or TiVo, whatever you want to call it anymore, is sport.
Live sports.
So come enjoy yourself. Come eat. Come and, you know, let it loose. You know what I mean? Let it fly. And that's really what we want. I think when you walk out those doors, you'll be pleasantly pleased, and we're excited for them to, you know, to flood in here and then flood back in here.
Yeah, no doubt. Mike, Ryan, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming here.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Coach.
for sure.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.